Imagine if you're sitting in the year 2000 and saying that internet companies, it's too late for any opportunity. That's what people come to me. I get emails all the time. Hey, Kevin, is it too late to buy, XYZ crypto or whatever crypto you want? And then I'm sitting here going, what? It's too late? We don't even have utility on this market. Prices have reached this point, whether it's a bubble or complete speculation, they've reached this high on their own. Where do you think crypto assets will go when there's actual live production for all of these assets? What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another XRP update, and this video is an absolute must-see. In today's video, we're going to be doing some rapid fire XRP news. Props to everybody that watches all of this one, and be sure to put this on 2x playback speed. And for anybody brand new to the channel, we've been doing videos on XRP almost on a daily basis for the past several years, and I just wanted to send all of my respect to other XRP YouTubers and other phenomenal XRP researchers from 2017 and 2018. We really are the OGs. We never left our community, and we are on a mission. The funny thing is that all these new XRP investors lack that perspective, and they actually don't realize what's happening. And what's happening is now more and more of the Bitcoin maximalists and Ethereum maximalists, and I like the guys, and I own a lot of ETH, but people don't remember all the videos, all the live streams of these very maximalists and some of the biggest channels on YouTube talking terribly about XRP and talking terribly about the community. They lack that perspective. Just remember, myself and a lot of XRP YouTubers, we don't go whichever way the wind blows. I'm a man on a mission. I have conviction. I'm not going to be leaving my community behind. I own plenty of digital assets, and XRP continues to be one of my biggest holdings. And if the years of research that we've provided is not enough, investing may not be for you. But just know, I am not leaving until my mission is done. I don't have to do another YouTube video for the rest of my life, but I'm choosing to because I feel this is my purpose, and I am so excited for what's to come. And of course, I'm all for welcoming anybody that wants to discuss XRP, but the thing is, I just remember what they've said in the past, and I think that even some of their old viewers are wondering, wow, you're really just flipping sides. But it's because these influencers, they're not stupid. They see the viewers, they see the fan base, and yes, they understand that XRP actually has utility, and for some reason, all this news that we've known for years is now being parroted by these same guys, and now all these Bitcoin and altcoin investors are going, oh wow, wait, there's more to this than meets the eye, and that's what we've been screaming from the rooftops. So of course, they're not stupid. XRP is a top 10 digital asset for good reason. It's one of the only cryptos in the entire industry that has done over $2.4 billion in ODL transactions. And what's most comical to me is that cryptocurrency investors, myself included, we think we're the new kids on the block. We think we're so hip and tech savvy. We think we are the definition of contrarian investors. So I'm saying contrarian investors in quotes, of course. And when the SEC, which is one of the largest cases in history, not just crypto history, goes after Ripple, which years ago was valued at $8 billion, what do you think it's valued at now? Yes, it's most likely a decacorn company, 10 billion plus. People actually sold and panic sold their XRP, but these smart investors saw this as a buy signal. Let me repeat that again. These smart investors see certain points of FUD as a buy signal. At the beginning of this year, XRP was at 22 cents. We are still sitting up 5x, and more people are realizing, hey wait, there's more to this than meets the eye. The SEC is suing Ripple for good reason. What's really going on here? It's called politics. I'm not going to pretend to know every detail behind the scenes, but when you see something like this, you pay very close attention. And now I'm going to show you a video clip of one of the smartest men in all of finance, Mr. Raul of Real Vision Finance. And of course, I'm not sure if he's a billionaire already, or he's definitely going to be living on his island, but listen to what he says about XRP, and he's referencing this Bitwise ETF. And now please understand, this is literally 0.1% of the iceberg. Most people are going to see this, and they're going to still miss that the former CEO of the DTCC was actually hired as the chairman of Global Payment Steering Group, which is RippleNet, years ago. And then the DTCC, one of the largest organizations, the Fed, that sends and settles over $1 quadrillion per year with a Q, was essentially in charge of what RippleNet is today. No, because people are believing everything at face value, and they don't actually look into anything. So listen to this.
Now, I know a bunch of Bitcoin people hate it. It's not decentralized enough. I don't care. It's, are people using it? Yes, a lot more than most people realize. And what's amazing about this setup is you can't buy it on any of the exchanges. And it's not in the Bitwise ETF. The Bitwise ETF is now the Bitwise index is, the top 10 index is $1 billion. So the moment XRP is freed, they have to buy a few $100 million of it, as everybody else can, because the exchanges will have it back. So you're setting up for a hell of a nice run if this clears up.
That is just so beyond interesting. This is a video I recently did. You guys can check this out. XRP 10 to 20x multiplier effect. I explain the supply and circulation and how a multiplier effect actually functions if you guys are curious. And the funny thing is, XRP in the future, when it pumps, there's going to be people that read the news at face value and say, oh, there's settlements, or oh, this or that, or oh, exchange relistings, or new partners. But they're actually missing the big picture. And people aren't stupid. XRP is an asset in the top 10 that is yet to break an all-time high price, whereas everybody wants to buy up here. I'm focused on this as it's battling through these retracement levels. I've shown you time and time again, and patrons, I know I've shown you us battling through this level of 382 like the early Ethereum fractal before reaching these higher levels. The all-time high for XRP, guys, was roughly on this exchange of Bitstamp $3.33. The all-time high was $3.84, so even higher than that, which would make these Fibonacci extensions much higher. Looking at the top 10, let's see which assets have created an all-time high price. And then understanding the Bitwise ETF with $1 billion assets under management, you can see the weight percent. I don't care how you cut it. I know Ral said, yeah, a couple $100 million of XRP being market bought immediately, even if it was 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, with a small percentage, that is still significant. And of course, that's not even considering the other exchange listings of XRP when they have to be back to making markets and providing liquidity. And what does that do? Oh, that actually increases the 24-hour volume that is already at $3 billion today, is still a top 6 asset getting sued by the SEC, and people aren't batting an eye because the price is flaccid. It goes up, it crashes, and the best way to shake someone out is by pumping every other asset. And you guys know my track record. We've been making killer moves, but I do not sell my long-term XRP to chase other pumps. And also, here's the BTC or Bitcoin weekly price chart as I'm showing the XRP price chart on the left, and I just wanted to show you this ascending channel, this trend that I'm witnessing play out. May refer back to this in the future. First and foremost, Bitcoin is now up at these levels, essentially hitting the 3618 to perfection. The 3618 for XRP would be nearly $11 to $12. And no, this is not the max potential for XRP or Bitcoin. I just want to explain what I'm seeing on the extension level. Of course, we can raise it much higher. Notice that XRP is still battling the 382 Fibonacci retracement from the all-time high, correct? And everybody's still chasing assets that are up here. I'm focused on assets well below extension levels, and of course I can even measure this retracement, which we've explained many times. And that's how we literally viewed the H-bar pump, the DAG pump, the ramp pump. And yes, we even have Ethereum, the second-ranked crypto asset, pushing through and creating an all-time high price at the 2618 Fibonacci extension. You can see what XRPs would be right on the left-hand side. And notice Ethereum had to battle through the 382 retracement along with the 236 in the past, before getting these parabolic price shots. Let's take a look at Cardano. For anybody that's been around, we're aware that ADA's old all-time high price back in 2018 was in fact $1.33, so I provided a horizontal line right there. And now from a Fibonacci retracement from the swing high of approximately that price to the low, where is ADA at today? Battling the 2 just above the 1618 from the all-time high price. So another asset that has not only created an all-time high, back-tested on the all-time high, and is pushing up yet again. Interesting. Binance Coin. Oh, here's something I drew a long time ago, I guess. I must have drawn it back in May, but notice, from the 236 as the swing high, we actually reached the 4618, but now let's be even more conservative and go to the previous all-time high. BNB did not care and blasted right through these levels, so that's why I use the 236 as the swing high. And this is how you gauge that next impulse level for XRP or for any digital asset. Notice, rejected the 3618. Very, very interesting. If you guys are curious and would like to see what that would look like with the 236 on the swing high for XRP on Bitstamp, that shows a $50 to $60 price. And notice that XRP is still battling since its 20-cent days in the beginning of this year and is approaching its all-time high price. Funny enough, we have BNB, which has a very similar structure as well. Now let's look at Solana. And Solana basically looks like Dagger Constellation, so completely parabolic even with this Fibonacci extension of 2021 going all the way up to the 4.236 and a tad beyond per the wick. Polkadot, since November 2020, did in fact create an all-time high. This is a relatively new asset before that remuneration, of course, but you can see since 2020, like most assets, pushing creating that all-time high price, and especially moved its way up to the top 10. Was buying this sucker since the $3 to $4 days. Dogecoin, in a league of its own, just completely parabolic. Uniswap, parabolic, Terra Luna, parabolic, and now you have other assets that are still pushing, such as Algorand, H-Bar, Polygon. And then you have the laggards. And so while everybody's focused on going all in on assets that are up here, I'm well diversified in assets that are below retracement levels and extensions during this bull run that have yet to even break an all-time high price. As you can see, it's not like I'm speculating and looking at small caps. We are looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum, some of the largest assets in the game. H-bar created an all-time high. Just a few considerations. So keep an eye on this fund of these 10 assets. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, Chainlink, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Polygon, Uniswap, and Stellar. Stellar XLM today at 32 cents. Very curious where this guy goes in the near future. And of course, Bitwise tops $1 billion in assets under management a while back. Was reading some of the disclosures about it. And then we also have Pantera Capital. And remember, they're one of the first cryptocurrency hedge funds. And remember, Dan Moorhead, CEO of this fund, said that XRP will still be a top 10 asset 10 years from now. And in the last video, we discussed, okay, so the cryptocurrency market cap has grown from, what, 100 billion, at least when we were talking about it a lot, to 2 trillion plus. When this market cap goes to 10 trillion, 5x from now, or even a 10x to 20 trillion, or maybe 50 or 100 trillion, as silly as that sounds, those that have done the research know that is entirely possible, with debt levels at an all-time high at over $200 trillion. And so as you can see, the number one asset, Bitcoin, is almost at a $1 trillion valuation in terms of market cap. When this market is at a 20 trillion valuation, what do you think XRP? Remember, to get to 1 trillion, it is a 20x from that current price. So that's a $20 XRP right then and there. Food for thought. And speaking of global debt, here it is. According to the Institute of International Finance, global debt is now at a record high of almost $300 trillion. 296 trillion. Let me repeat. 296 trillion. And of course, even speaking derivatives, yeah, that's a whole nother ball game. And of course, global GDP is massive. I thought it was at 88, but maybe it is 90 trillion now. We have Kyle, an OG in the space. Congrats on getting a 100x return on Cardano, man. Another prime exchange just relisted XRP, so we have exchange relistings, SEC lawsuit. We're going to see what happens. I don't want to over speculate. And yes, the chart will do what it's going to do. Ripple has still been making announcements and developments with the XRP ledger and integrations with central bank digital currencies. And of course, the SEC continues to do their thing. So Bank XRP sharing, of course, the SEC saying that we've laid clear guidelines on crypto assets. No, they have not. Their advantage is they keep it ambiguous. They keep the US afraid of the repercussions of running a successful crypto business. So guess what? All of these blockchain-based companies, fintech companies that want to innovate are leaving to other countries. The SEC is trying to dominate the entire globe, and that is not how it works. This is entirely out of their jurisdiction, and this is a game of politics. And if you guys don't know, yes, I'm all for crypto. I'm all for Bitcoin going up. I'm all for Ethereum going up. But you have to understand, you know, groups like, what is it? One River of Jay Clayton, the former SEC chairman, left, and now he's essentially on the board or advising a fund that directly invests into Ethereum and Bitcoin. Is that not a conflict of interest? And notice that on his last day in office, he announced the Ripple SEC lawsuit. This is like a TV show. This is literally a movie. And the ironic thing is that every XRP investor that I get to know in this community and actually speak with are some of the smartest people I've ever met. And if you guys have time to watch this interview, it's 52 minutes. It'll blow your mind. This is Gary Vaynerchuk, of course, Gary V, making moves, $200 million per year with all of his other businesses. He's just a genius and really is a visionary, good at scanning information and knowing what's effective, really calling the rise of Uber, Snapchat, and of course TikTok years before anybody else caught it. Very smart guy, good macro investor, just like Raul. Now, Raul was a macroeconomic investor. This is what I aim to be in the future, really understanding the macroeconomic situation. And yes, you heard him. He said, I don't care what Bitcoin people say about decentralized, blah, blah, blah. XRP is being used a lot more than people realize. This man is extremely connected. If you guys have time, watch this video. You can just type in Raul and Gary V. And if you hear some of the statistics that he lists off, comparing this to the cell phone boom or the dot-com bubble, you're going to see what we like to call network effects, aka Metcalfe's law, the law of connectivity. Now, we've talked about this for several years in this channel, and when you hear what he says, I think you're going to understand the growth in the cryptocurrency market. Yes, I used to have tons of index funds in the stock market, and I could not care less pushing all-time high prices. I like to buy low and sell high. I don't care about the herd mentality. I go to the beat of my own drum. And yes, guys, I do believe just like all of these assets that are essentially creating all-time high prices or are about to, like Algo, we can see they're all doing it. We've measured the extensions, the retracements. I've been showing you the weekly time frames. They're so much more valid than a 30-minute, a 4-hour, or a daily chart. So if I show you a weekly time frame, it is a very strong chart. If I show you a weekly chart, that is a macro view. That's why I'm so calm and composed with all of this, and I just wait. And then it works out, and then you get called lucky. Weekly timeframes are significantly more valid than a 30-minute chart, a 4-hour chart, or a daily chart. So if you're going side by side with somebody and you have a 30-minute chart versus a weekly chart, what do you think really matters when you're looking for a big macro move? You want to have the whole story and do a top-down analysis. If you don't know the end game of all of this, you might miss it. You might fall for the dump. Same thing with QNT, guys. I know we've been talking about this since 2018, and it's great to see that the community is getting so big. I personally don't even do a lot of videos on QNT. I still have my bag just sitting there. And look at all these drops since even the $5 days, guys. And I'm just showing you some of the chart because they deleted the rest of the price history. So I have to use charts.cointrader.pro. But even from the $40 days, still sitting up, 8x from there, you can see a 65% drop, a 50% crash, a 40% drop. All of these drops before really moving up, and they keep going. And just like they say, the silly adage in crypto, if you can't handle a 90% drop, you don't deserve the thousands of percent gains. Also wanted to take a poll, will XRP be relisted by exchanges by end of year? And yes, some are in fact relisting it, but frankly, it doesn't really matter. They've always said XRP is not for the retail investor. Of course, you can still buy XRP if you so choose. Links are in the video description. I personally use Caleb and Brown, but some people use Uphold or Bitrue, KuCoin, or anything in between. But there's plenty of options. But the thing is, they made it hard enough for somebody that's brand new, and they added that barrier to entry. Of course, tech-savvy people or people that have multiple on-ramps prepared can still buy XRP, but they definitely made it a lot harder, and it's not as simple as just going on Coinbase like it used to be. For me, that's a buy signal, because I've seen how this plays out many times before. And even if all the retail investors buy XRP, that's not going to push up price, but utility surely will push up price exponentially, and that is what I'm focused on. XRP is not for the retail space, it's not for me and you, and that's why I want it so badly, because it's for the wholesale, central bank digital currency settlement. And for anybody that doesn't believe me, just go to the World Economic Forum's website. This is the 1% of the world, essentially sustainable development goals, monetary policy, the leaders of the world. Whether you think that's good or bad, decide for yourselves, guys. And every dollar I make in the future is going to be going toward a good cause for my family, my friends, and the world. Whether you think a digital future is scary or exciting, I'm still choosing to be proactive and make the most of it, rather than playing victim and being reactive. Let's do a control find for XRP. And right here, the World Economic Forum discussing, right next to JPM coin, XRP, most relevant for wholesale. This is the big money. This isn't the small money. Of course, globally available, we have Bitcoin and ETH. They're not going anywhere. But when you realize that Swift GPI copied Ripple's already innovation with Xcurrent for messaging, and then XRP has almost no competitor that actually ticks off all the boxes. Go to galgatron.net, read through those blogs. You'll really get a foundational understanding of how deep this rabbit hole goes. What is counterparty risk? What is the current correspondent banking landscape or network today like? Most people that are discussing Bitcoin and ETH, XRP's not coming for Bitcoin and ETH, guys, relax. XRP is going for payments, Bitcoin, store of value, Ethereum, smart contracts. There's other people trying to innovate and help Ethereum. Others are trying to kick it out of its spot. XRP, XLM, and a few other payment tokens, even XDC and trade finance. They are going after so much friction in this ecosystem. It doesn't have to be this or that. It can be this and that. You don't have to think so. You don't have to think in such a binary fashion of 1 or 0. It's all this if-then conditional type of thinking. And in reality, I prefer that quantum level of thinking. 1 and 0, 1 or 0, or neither. That utility settlement coin is interesting, but remember, we've already gone through all the differences between that and XRP. And funny enough, a lot of the partners working on this are still partnered with XRP. Why? Because it's called future-proofing. This is common in the world of business. And now right here, the WEF, World Economic Forum, Crypto Council. This is common knowledge for everybody. Hopefully this helps anyone that's brand new. The leaders of the world, as you can see. And you can see some recognizable names like Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple and Danelle Dixon of Stellar. So we have XLM and XRP. And don't even get me started on Algo's connections to some other large groups as well. You can see Uniswap right there. You can see Blockchain Center in Dubai. Oh wait, Ripple has an office in Dubai as well, a regional headquarters they announced right before the SEC lawsuit. And then you have Dilip Rao and Navin Gupta having some very interesting announcements with the MENA region. ING, another Ripple partner focused on DLT. They're all just working together. Consensus. Huge Ethereum holdings. Andreessen Horowitz, one of the first crypto funds back in the day that of course invested in Ripple the company. JP Morgan, you know Visa's going to have a role in this as well. And Visa bought Ripple's partner, Earthport, for a couple $100 million. Why doesn't PayPal list XRP? Because it's not meant for us. Even the World Economic Forum has that on their actual document saying globally available currencies, Ethereum and Bitcoin. Why isn't XRP there? Because it's for wholesale payments. It's not for you and me. That's why I'm snagging some. Funny enough, you're seeing all of this come to light. Did the SEC allow employees to trade XRP? Wait a minute, I thought it was a security, yet they were trading XRP, Ether, and all these other assets during this time? Corruption at its finest. This is how the game is played, guys. $1.5 trillion investment firm is seeking a crypto trader. Looking for a cryptocurrency trader to execute trades for several strategies using the largest, most liquid, listed and tradable crypto assets. Very, very interesting. What do you think happens when a $1 trillion fund wants to get their feet wet into crypto assets? More will follow. And now you're even seeing family offices discussing crypto. And soon enough, especially from what I'm hearing on my end, we're going to hear about more family investment offices allowing clients to invest into crypto. The good news, we are early. Despite what you believe, we really are. Imagine if you're sitting in the year 2000 and saying that internet companies, it's too late for any opportunity. That's what people come to me. I get emails all the time. Hey, Kevin, is it too late to buy, XYZ crypto or whatever crypto you want? And then I'm sitting here going, what? It's too late? We don't even have utility on this market. Prices have reached this point, whether it's a bubble or complete speculation, they've reached this high on their own. Where do you think crypto assets will go when there's actual live production for all of these assets? That's right, we're at 2 trillion today, virtually with very little utility. You tell me where this market goes, 10x, 20x, 100x. That's right. You can see more congressmen are presenting new crypto bills in a variety of countries, especially even in the states in the US. And the US better get its act together quickly. I don't know if this is all an act. Is the world all a stage? You tell me, but I know I'm ready to capitalize on whatever happens next. And just like Ziglar says, prepare for the worst and capitalize on what's to come. The best investor hedges themselves in both positions for the worst case scenario and the best case. And guess what? Both cases for me in the cryptocurrency market end up being profitable. One is very profitable and one is extremely profitable. Also wanted to say congrats to HBAR in their partner program. Be sure to check it out, posted by Hedera a while back. We can see credible crypto right here. NFTs have arrived on Hedera token service. Very interesting, keep an eye on this. We can see that Bob of Sologenic is actually speaking right here, discussing Sologenic and the upcoming launch and the expansion to the United States market and how the XRP ledger technology helps them stay in compliance. Very interesting and good luck to you and the team. XRP Stewart sharing this by the SEC, a digital asset is sometimes a security. Huh? June 2018, Director of the SEC's Division of Corporate Finance, Bill Hinman, and I know all of us in the XRP community know this name, explicitly stated that Bitcoin and Ether are not securities. However, many, but not all, ICOs are securities. And don't even get me started on what we've shown in the past. And just so you know, I want Ethereum to be fine. It's not going anywhere, let's be real. But I'm aware of the hypocrisy. Brad Garlinghouse, make no mistake, Ripple is ready to fight and win. This battle is just beginning. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple. This is back in 2020. Gary Gensler, in the past, if you guys have watched the hours of classes he taught at MIT, which happens to run an XRP validator, of course, huge background at Algo and Algorand, and I've heard him speak highly of EOS, and Algorand. But notice, Gary Gensler, the current SEC chairman, says this: you could use blockchain, but you need a bridge currency in between, and that bridge could be of stable value that's backed by the US dollar or the euro, or it could be a currency like Ripple has as an alternative. Now, he speaks, honestly, the facts. Whether you love him or hate him, that's up to you. There's definitely some fishy stuff going on. But let's get it straight. They're going after these companies for the early onset distribution of the tokens. And we even had the former CFTC chairman, essentially kind of a competitor side by side with the SEC, said, yes, assets could have been securities in the beginning. Yeah, they'll get sued a little bit, slap on the wrist, even if it's a couple $100 million fine, and then they're fine, and they get clarity. Ripple has the funds to pay. Of course, they liquidated their position in MoneyGram. They're ready to pay a settlement. When that settlement comes, I personally believe that, yes, there will be clarity for XRP. And when there's clarity, there's no more glass ceiling above the price. And what we anticipate is that it will finally do what it was meant to do. So these gentlemen, years ago, are well aware of what Ripple, the protocol, and of course, back in the day, XRP was called Ripples. For anyone that doesn't know, they're not stupid. These people are very smart and calculated. We can see BNY Mellon, one of the biggest groups, and please don't even get me started. They are literally backed by PolySign, Standard Custody, and all behind XRP. And yes, they are a Ripple partner, alongside with David Schwartz and Arthur Brito, the creators of the XRP ledger itself. BNY Mellon, shared by Matthew, L-I-N-Y, There you have an asset management, September 2021. So this just occurred. Digital assets are here to stay, enabled by DLT, including, and check it out, just like State Street custodying, what, 10% of the trillions of dollars of global wealth, BNY Mellon is right there with them. And people are going to overlook this as always. And just so you know, if you're brand new, Polysign.com, the creators of the XRP ledger, side by side with Tim Keeney, who is responsible for custodying 1/4 of all global institutional assets. Where? BNY Mellon. That's right. And then even Antoinette, formerly at Ripple, is the Chief Compliance Officer, CCO, speaking at the International Monetary Fund for Polysign, and has 15 years of experience at some of the biggest banks in the world, MUFG and HSBC, that are both Ripple partners. Co-designer of XRP Ledger, you know, and one of the actual founders of the XRP Ledger. Can't make this stuff up. And then you have Standard Custody, the subsidiary of Polysign with Cohen or Cowen Investment, one of the biggest groups in the world too, and just focused on custody, holding the trillions of dollars of institutional capital. What do you think happens? Nice to see their parent company, Polysign, is on the CB Insights 80+ companies shaping the blockchain landscape. They're positioning themselves for something big. They're going to call us lucky, like always. And you can see that Ripple is actually included right there as well. The payments and e-commerce ecosystem, you got Algo, Brave, Terra, awesome to see. Prime Trust, R3, Alchemy, Consensus, BlockFi, Bitwise, Cough. You got Bread, BRD, and Polysign. Last but not least, guys, we're going to finish up with a few thoughts that I wish I knew when I was a lot younger, because it would have set me up to succeed so much sooner instead of making all these mistakes and big losses initially. If you don't know how to keep money, do not try to grow it yet. Learn the basics of budgeting and saving. And when you understand the importance of managing $100 or $1,000 well, you'll definitely have the fundamental skills to manage $100,000 or the millions of dollars in the future. You grow it after you set that foundation of good habits first. It is so important. This is completely underrated. And there's a lot of great books available, such as The Richest Man of Babylon, and the concept of it is perfect. Like, you could read this book to a 5-year-old and teach them the importance of growing different income streams, setting up automation, and then moving to the next one. And last but not least, but most important, most people settle for 40+ years at a 9-to-5, and they hope they have enough to retire. If you're happy doing that, you have a great family life, you love what you do, awesome. But I'm talking for the people that willingly do something on a daily basis and it does not fulfill them. What is the point? Life is so short. The biggest risk is not taking any risk at all. The biggest risk is not investing in yourself. Those in crypto, all of us, we understand how quickly things can turn around, and that 2 to 5 years, instead of 40+ years, of focus is all you need with the right strategy. Some people choose 40 years. Me, I chose to go all in, and that is what I'm focused on, and it absolutely paid off. Was it hard? Was it scary? Did I have doubt at times? Absolutely. But it made me into who I am today. It allowed me to meet some of the best people in the ecosystem and have one of the best communities. I am so grateful for every person that simply watches my videos when I upload them and hits that like button. I do this for you guys and I really enjoy it. Nothing makes me happier than getting an email of somebody saying, "Thank you so much, you're my motivation when I go to work," or "Thanks so much, you and all these other people helped me stay focused." That is why I do what I do. So I just wanted to say I greatly appreciate it, guys. Nothing I share here is financial advice. Please always do your own research. All links of crypto resources that I utilize today are in the video description, and I will catch you in the next one.